Hello everyone and welcome to Mordheim Madness Season 1. My name is Karond. We're here looking at Group D between SlaineMor and Solfear. The very first game of Group D. We are very thankful to SlaineMor and Solfear for entering the tournament a bit later than everyone else, due to some dropouts that we are cursing forever, who they are replacing. We see it says Cult of the Possessed versus Mercenaries, but that's not really true. They are undead against the Witch Hunters. We're gonna watch this game from SlaineMor's perspective, and I think that they are about to start very soon. We have the Count Steinhart's Palace. We've seen it once before. Very close map. It's a small map. It's gonna be a very melee heavy map. So we'll see how this goes. Let's just jump into the game and wish both of the players good luck. And we are here already. We see Pirouette for Plunder, which is a map that see they're just about deploying. We missed the info screen here, we were a bit too late. It's a map where one team deploys right here in the center square, which is going to be SlaineMor, while Solfear will have 5 of his guys near his wagon outside in the courtyard here, and 5 of his guys in the ballroom. So he is effectively surrounding SlaineMor here, but SlaineMor is not in a bad position. This is not that bad. It's actually typically looked as the most favored of deployments of the two. So we can say that SlaineMor does have a little bit of an advantage here. They're still in deployment phase. Let's see if SlaineMor uses the minimap and if we can see anything else here. We see that SlaineMor is deploying 2 Necromancers, 2 Vampire Thralls and the Vampire. And we see at least a few zombies here, but could be some ghouls coming up, considering the morale here. 174 to SlaineMor, 215 for Solfear. It's not that big of a difference, and that makes me worry a little bit that SlaineMor has pretty good morale while Solfear might be lacking a little bit, and he is lacking a little bit. Finally uses the minimap here. We can see some units being deployed. We're gonna skip ahead of the deployment phase and see for turn number 1. And here we are, the very first turn. We do know that Solfear has fielded some Sisters of Sigmar's units, at least a Sister Superior and a Novice, as well as a Smuggler here. And SlaineMor is fielding 4 zombies and a Dark Soul for his henchmen. Careful approach, probably a good choice. Yeah, this is... I'm not sure what I like about this. It's very unusual. Whenever you see people in this map playing PvP, they almost never go out there unless they've already won the game. And it might not be the case here for Antonius White either. Going to go back now, probably seeking protection, even though he has used careful approach here, as we see. 20% range resistance, -2 movement. Well, it's a bit odd position to put yourself in. He's gonna be shot at, and he's going to be hit, I think. What you usually do in PvP in this game, which makes the map a bit unfair, is that you place something really tanky, like right next to the door, and then you take all of your other 9 guys and go into the ballroom and kill the 5 units there, because I don't know if there is an actually efficient flanking route. I don't think there is. I mean, there is a building on the right side, or the very left side here of the map. I could place an ICU here and then run away. Interesting choice. I do know that both of these players are bringing in maximum warbands, and I know that since Solfear gifted SlaineMor with this particular warband, which was already filled up with level 10 characters. He just had to equip with equipment to his liking and pick whatever skills he wanted to it. And similar for Solfear, he got a Witch Hunter's file from yours truly, Karond, that he could pick and choose whatever skills he wanted for this team, and he has done so. Yeah, probably doesn't want to go into ambush here if you're gonna stay like that. See two ranged units here, the marksman and the smuggler, both of them using pistols. Warrior priest, novice and the wolf priest. Oh yeah, you could actually get a bit of damage done here. That's a very brave start. It's kind of nice. I never see people go out into the big courtyard like this. So we'll see if this works to SlaineMor's advantage. It's almost time for Solfear to do his first turn. Here we go. What will Solfear do? Lots of zombies inside that these characters have to deal with, coming from the ballroom. I like seeing the Witch Hunters. They're the least used warband. Slavery once took them to the semi-final. That's the furthest they've ever gone, which is still better than some warbands. Thinking particularly on the Skaven, who haven't reached very far in these tournaments. It will probably change with this first season of Mordheim Madness. Lots of seasoned players playing as the Skaven. Here he is, coming from the ballroom. Let's see what he can do. Is he a ranged unit or a melee unit? The passive speaks for being melee, but most people tend to like using them up as a ranged unit due to their low leadership. Which is not really an issue if you plan for it, but yeah, definitely a melee unit here then. Might want to avoid getting swarmed here by lots of units, and that's not a good position to be in if you don't want to be swarmed. Very odd here. See this was using the regular Call of Honor, not the mastered one. Is that an indication that he wants to stack these two? His other Necromancer might have the mastered one. As you know, with this game, the mastered and unmastered version of anything stacks with each other. Yeah, I think that's actually the case there. You're gonna see some invincible zombies if that's the case. Remember that the mastered version gives you plus 15%, plus 30% armor, and the unmastered one gives you 15, plus 45% armor, and you only have 20 to begin with. So that's 65% armor right off the bat. They're really tough. Alright, cast 4 spells here. What is coming up? Doing a little bit of damage with the bow. Didn't want to risk. Oh wow. Has quick reload at least. Didn't want to risk anything. Considering the curse chance here, don't want to blow up at the start. Probably doesn't need exhaustion here. It looked like they had a nice semicircle going on with the zombies alone. I can probably protect the doorway here. Flagellant also coming from the inside. Ah, did you notice that there were only 4 units? Let's see, we had the novice. Yeah, we had 5. We had 5 units. 5 units by the wagon of Solfear. I was thinking if there was an impressive involved, but no, it's not. No impressive. See a flagellant here in his grim looking clothing. Prowl, very interesting ability. Well, it's like an ambush, but... Okay, let's see, do you actually have Mastered Call of Van? Yeah, you do. You sneaky bastard SlaineMor. Stacking the two. Wow. You know, people always praise this particular tactic on the forum, and they are very keen on promoting its use, but no player actually ever uses it. We'll see if it's as strong as it's given light of here. Remember that you are using up most of your red pills from 2 heroes to get this going. Two zombies have been gifted. Now it's up to remember which ones were gifted. Zombies have been double stacked so far. See, the curse chance is down to 3%, or up to 3% now. Oh, there's quite a bit of range. He's improved his spell range here, because I don't think he would actually be able to reach it otherwise. 18% succeeds at that. Cameron Rotwood. You see it, the half circles here beautifully overlap with each other. There's a small space to get through here between these two zombies, but otherwise not much. And if they're both going to go out there against the witch hunter, then they will block off that path as well. But they should be careful of the center path. She has a prime target in the vampire thrall here. Remember that she didn't go into a careful approach, so she's easy to shoot down. And you could follow it up and probably kill her with one of the marksmen that's out there too. They both focus on the same target. Yeah, get the vampire thrall. She's also in lighter armor. Light armor compared to heavy armor of the vampire, so much better choice. I think at least. Oh, there might be heavy armor. I might be wrong. Didn't pay too much attention to that when she moved. Trying out the vital shots here. Can't say I like that. It's just regular vital shots instead of the mastered ones. So you sacrificed a third shot to get 2 plus 10% crit chance shots. Yeah, I'm not agreeing with that. Should probably have checked up before you did that what kind of critical hit chance the smuggler has, as well as you see here the Call of Animals, both of them stacking, as well as what kind of critical hit resistance that Vampire Thrall had, and see if it was actually worth the extra 10% or not. See another marksman in pistols here. It's something that Solfear really likes. Guard the Headhunter. He is in a problem. You know that? But with this extraordinary movement, the zombie can definitely negate that. 6 movement on top of the basic 4 and probably 5 Mordheim. Missed the first attack here. Let's see how much it hurts. Didn't hurt too much. See another pistolier here. The thing with the marksman here is that he must be using adrenaline rush, otherwise he won't get a second shot off. Or at least the introspection. The introspection might be too costly. What kind of damage can you do, marksman? Chris Vogel. Probably don't like the odds that he's looking at right now. Oh, oi, oi, oi. Whoa, that was really nice. A stun instantly. Yeah, and we do see an adrenaline rush here for that was worth the wait. Remember that it's the flagellant's turn next to... oh, didn't follow it up, but it's the flagellant's turn before the zombies, so the flagellant will definitely get 2 really nice hits in on this zombie. He won't kill him, he will get back up. Unless a zealot or something can come and do something here. Wow, look at that! Look at that charge range! I'm gonna sneak past and go after someone else. Yeah, why not? I mean, you have the movement, just go in there and get someone. You know there's something juicy behind here. There always is. I probably want to use insult here if we're gonna go in with more zombies than one. Demon Blackfire. Not too lucky so far, SlaineMor, when it comes to hitting. Hitting here, the passive is going to be triggering Purge the Heretic as well as Fatality. Not doing too much damage with both of these spells stacked, but see that's 65% for just up level. Yeah, if this character can reach the stunned zombie, should probably do that. Some extra help because the flagellant will not kill him on his next turn. And remember that zombies are actually immune to open wounds, which is a great ability to have. Open wounds removes 10% chance of hitting in ranged or melee every time you suffer a critical hit, and it's difficult to get rid of unless you have a certain consumable or a certain skill that no one ever uses. So getting in there is very, very nice to not be troubled by open wounds, and this zombie will not be when he gets back up. Gonna tie down the other zombie maybe, making sure that they cannot just swarm the witch hunter, nor come and help the stunned zombie. Losing out on time here, 8, 7, 6. Onslaught. Gonna see another pistolier marksman here, probably going for the same target. Let's see if something hits here. Another vital shot, so you only get one shot now. I'm not liking this. I mean, is this vampire thrall ridiculously vulnerable to critical hits? Is that what Solfear has checked up here and realized that yeah, doing a vital shot is much better than doing 2 normal shots, so 3 shots of the smuggler? If that's the case, I can follow the strategy, but if it's not the case, then what is going on? Yeah, I think that unless you tie down the vampire thrall and the vampire here with your warrior priest and wolf priests, one of them or both of them are gonna go and kill the marksman or the smuggler. Remember that both of them put themselves in poor positions. Particularly the smuggler, I think she can be locked down right next to... I'm gonna give him a few more free attacks here. Right next to the fence. Interesting ability, it's something that you usually only see the AI use. Wow. Wow. Yeah, we should check up on the log here. I actually didn't spot it. Critical hit chance fails 0%, so it seems to be immune to taking critical hit here from Corbett. Nice. Mark of Dismay on these zombies. Also a good choice. Very good choice actually. For any kind of undead warband. Maximize the fear and terror. I don't think this Darkstar should go out here. I think he should go up and help instead of inside. You can see the smuggler there, like just next to the fence. She is not going to have a very nice day. It's gonna be really tough for that smuggler. Let's see if SlaineMor realizes that he probably doesn't, because he wouldn't have thrown a firebomb at her in that case. If you want to go in there, you don't want to throw a firebomb where you're about to go yourself. That just defeats the purpose and makes sure that you take the damage along with them, which is a net loss for you. Very nice choice of a leader. The warrior priest leader, always powerful. He's probably in the ballroom right now. No, he's the one here we see, okay. What can he do? Arm of Righteousness failed on the wolf priest. With a Deny the Heretic, he could hit both the vampire and the vampire thrall. And then go and lock them down in combat. See another warrior priest here. Is he gonna help out against this zombie? Seems to be doing just that. Now the heretic. Very nice there. Hitting both the gonna be punishing. But he needs to go in there because that witch hunter might not deal so well with an all alone test. Remember that they can only get 9 leadership maximum. He's not gonna take the all alone with the other zombies stunned, but if he doesn't do anything about it later on, it's definitely going to hurt. Maybe as a plan for that, we see the novice coming up. Maybe novice will go in there. Especially the last. Oh yeah, the novice is out there. Yes. We will see how that works in Solfear's favor or not. This girl has to be watchful for the ambush by the vampire. It's definitely gonna trigger the ambush here, I feel. Aren't you? Remember that ambush was triggered right on the edge of this sticky sludge. It was actually perfectly distanced for SlaineMor. Superior of swiftness. What else is coming up? Can you see an ambush here too? Going into the sticky sludge is not that big of a deal for any of these characters. None of them rely on dodge. They all seem to rely on parry and heavy armor on both teams. Yes, it will reduce the movement, but that's it. Yeah, going into the ambush. Alright, Wolfstan Midgard. What can you do? Don't go into the fire. Going to search up the vampire thrall, maybe? Yeah, whoever is free here, I think it's a big mistake to leave them free. You need to engage the vampire thrall on the vampire immediately. The smuggler is going to be hurting otherwise, even though she's in a firebomb area right now, which I think was a mistake by SlaineMor, but SlaineMor might still realize what's that. 20% divine cracks chance there, yeah. Is that the Great Ulrika War Axe? Or Great Axe? Could be, hopefully it is. So ignore pain, a very nice skill. Works well for a character like this, and it probably indicates that this wolf priest has guard stance as well. See time running out for Solfear. Doing a shot, failing the fear test. It was unlucky, really unlucky, really unlucky. I have to say that. Don't attack. Just don't attack. Good. You can just counter attack with your remaining red pills. Don't let the vampire get any more free attacks off. Walking into the sticky sludge as well. Gonna reduce his movement. See if he can hit up with Adonai the Heretic here. Could hit the vampire fall on the vampire the same. Ah! Unlucky. Oh, 35% chance. Wow. It's really heavy. So he has used 6 red pills so far. Let's see where he wants to go. Protecting the...
A new round has started.
He doesn't even go into ambush. Wow. Okay. Okay. So he's not protecting the marksman here. You could go into the marks on the opposite side of the marksman and just make sure that you engage the marksman on the opposite side of the war priest. So, like in a line. That means that the marksman cannot disengage when it's his turn, and he's way before the warrior priest. And since the warrior priest is blocking his path of escape, he cannot disengage. Should do that or go straight into the smuggler. But if you throw a firebomb after her, that could be an indication that you don't want to go in there. Which is a shame. I think that would have been the best option. But yeah, go Oh, go for the marksman. Why? Why do this? Go for the marksman. You have the opportunity here to do serious damage to him. See another oil bomb. The mad caps would help though, if you have just 80% chance to hit. Already losing out on time. See mark of dismay. Well, if you can go in there with a dark soul, you can actually make that mark of dismay work in your favor. Hopefully that will be the case. Gonna reduce the chance for a terror test here too. Well, no, it's not. I think the character was already immune now. Overpower. Remember that this unit is not in a stance right now. The Wolf Priest that is. So overpower could work really well here. Probably good. Why use combat focus? You have 95% chance to hit anyway. Oh. Well, does stun this character. I'm gonna have 2 seconds. See if you succeed at a critical hit. You have 16% chance of that. Yes, you do. An open wounds is scored. Alright, why? Why disengage now? I mean, it was really fine to disengage if you wanted to go around a little bit and then go into the Wolf Priest again in such an angle that you're standing with the wagon in opposite direction of you. That means you can't he can't disengage. But just leaving him like that, the Dark Soul is gonna be very tempted to go right into the Wolf Priest. Yeah, this character might too. Good, doing a bit of damage. I like this. See, hit and run we're doing here. But you do have 3 disengages anyway. Could disengage now and go with a vampire straight into the warrior priest, making the mark of dismay work in SlaineMor's favor and make sure that the dark soul can actually go somewhere else and doesn't need support. Might just run into the warrior priest instead, but we're not seeing that. Okay. Remember that you can disengage from that position because she went in at that particular angle. Well, if SlaineMor is winning in the courtyard, inside the palace it seems like Solfear is having a bit of an advantage. So disengage from that, despite being taunted, so it costs more to disengage. Not sure if you get a free disengage or not. You did get a free disengage when you have someone that's stunned, but this was a bit of a double situation. You had one active enemy and one not active. Didn't use the stun. I mean, why not just use all of your red pills and attack and then disengage if you want to disengage from that situation? Like now you just wasted red pills for no reason. No, I don't like this. I don't like this tactic by Solfear. What is Solfear thinking now? Hey, you could go in and do a bit of damage against the Wolf Priest. Okay, gonna do an Idol of Death here. Further making sure that Mark of Dismay is really working wonders here. He's definitely gonna be terrorized, you can feel that. But he would be even better off not being able to move at all. If the Dark Soul goes in there and he fails his all alone check, that's much better. You also get 2 free attacks, so it's preferred choice over terror being activated here. Also vulnerable. I don't know why SlaineMor is not taking the damage. 8% chance to suffer something. Succeeded at that. Well, you have some prime shooting targets, that's for sure, and please stop using the regular vital shots and shoot 3 times instead. Should have some units that are not engaged, so it should be easy to hit. Not the Dark Soul. Should probably target the Necromancer here. Necromancer, so it takes more damage. It's a valuable hero. See hand bomb, alright, doing a little bit of damage. It's not a very great skill. But we're gonna see it here regardless. Almost 100 damage right now. Wow, that's such little damage. Definitely no perforation on those. So we have used 7 red pills, so it's not that efficient. Have a good opportunity to shoot this stunned zombie now. Bit lucky here that you see that they have the same initiative and one of them is going to go first, and this time it was the marksman. The marksman eventually essentially gets 2 turns in a row here. Zombie is probably gonna get his 2 turns in a row soon. Yeah, what he wouldn't do for a warlock with the spell here. Could be really nice. Big mistake here, well I mean not a big one, but a mistake yet again by Solfear. Doing adrenaline rush, but it's not reloading, it's not going to normal watch, it's not doing a second shot, so he just took 30 more damage. Well, it's gonna take 30 more damage starting in the next turn for absolutely no gain whatsoever. And why go after this individual? No, he's dangerous and he has red pills left over. Go into something that matters. You could circumvent this and go straight for the marksman. Tie down the marksman. Running out of time, yet again. We didn't want to charge him. He was triggered to charge. So we do that anyway, okay. Not charging at all. Probably for the best. Considering that he only has and it only has 4 red pills due to the Mark of Dismay, but Mark of Dismay is not going to trigger as they have 2 against 2. Spell of Doom is a very nice spell. As its life stealer, but Spell of Doom is really nice. Could do a lot of damage in there considering there are so many characters. It could be very cost efficient. It becomes extremely cost efficient if you can hit 3 targets at once. Okay. Wants to make sure that the idol isn't stolen here by someone else. Gonna pick it up. Technical bet. Have nerve shot mastered. Wow. It's gonna prevent Web of Steel and sidestep, both of them. I really don't know why. Why do you do this, SlaineMor? Why do you torture us? Like a nerve shot on the smuggler? Is she gonna use dodge or Web of Steel soon? Considering that you are very much so concerned with not going into her and doing any melee damage. That was more sensible, but you're not targeting that unit, are you? Target the marksman here. Do the sensible thing. Tie him down forever. Yeah. Very good choice. Will not be able to disengage from that. Definitely gonna prompt someone to go into deal with that zombie, particularly since he's very injured. Still difficult to predict this one. We haven't seen any kills so far. We have seen some units being damaged, and it's one of the units of SlaineMor, the zombie that we saw, but mostly it's been Solfear's units that gets damaged, but both of them make plenty of mistakes. And Solfear has suffered some critical hits too, which is going to lower his chances to do much damage in the coming rounds. See the nice ghosts floating out here from this position, coming from the Idol of Death. Very nice effect, actually. Well, he has to be concerned here. If the Dark Soul goes into the Warrior Priest, it's definitely going to be a slim chance for the Warrior Priest leader here to do anything this time. It's almost killed this Vampire Thrall. Pretty poor position to be in. I mean, someone should just go in that marksman and prevent him from doing anything too. I mean, if you do that, You can also later on pick up the idol for another reduction on the total morale here of Solfear. Mark of Dismay triggering twice. And not the third time. This zombie got out pretty well. Yeah, I do worry about the two warrior priests here. See another Mark of Dismay triggering, so it's 3 now. I have to wonder if it's on the weapon or on the helmet slot. If it's on the weapon, it's -6% for each one. If it's on the helmet slot, it's -12%. And see, the smuggler is already in a really poor position again. She could definitely be tied down against the wall here. Yeah, I think she could disengage from it. But that means all of the effort produced here on the warrior priest was not. He might fail his terror test. So there's that. Oh no, he didn't, because you went into him, so he's immune for this turn. So they actually didn't do anything. All of that Mark of Dismay stacking and the Idol of Death. Just wasted red pills. With the exception of the damage cost. Could do a nice Die the Heretic here. Hampering these two melee units' ability to do damage. Succeeded on the whole alone test, 33% chance. A bit lucky. This is a great opportunity to just put in the Deny the Heretic. You're gonna target 3 zombies at once. And this needs to be done. Come on, Dominicus. You only throw down 1 Deny the Heretic. Intimidate. It actually works. That's pretty cool, and he went into the oil bomb as well, so he's taking a bit of extra damage. That worked out really well. Thank you, Solfear. I don't think we've ever seen Intimidate before. We usually just see someone use Attracting Lure, and that's it, because it's so much more powerful. No Denied Heretic. Is he just running away again without using his red pills? Yes, he is, isn't he? Well, if you're going to go out to strengthen the forces in the courtyard, you need to just go there. 20 seconds left and still haven't used a single red pill besides the 2 that cost disengage. Nice, nice. At least you did something. Good. Arm of Righteousness. That was on the Wolf Priest, I believe. Deny the Heretic on no one in particular. Failed fear test. Minus 30% hit chance. She probably needs to go into the Dark Soul so the smuggler can disengage and the Dark Soul cannot, thereby locking the Dark Soul down. That would be a good choice, I think. Don't dislike this either, actually. It's alright. It's alright. Knocking down the Vital Strike, Vital Shots, Vital Strikes, always basic when it comes to Solfear. I wonder if this Necromancer can disengage the statue might not be able to. Prayer of Swiftness is effectively useless here since this novice got hit with Nerve Shot and cannot use dodge or parry or weapon steal or sidestep. Midgard do? He has Arm of Righteousness on him, so he doesn't have to take another fear test. Even though he had 91% chance of succeeding at that, he did fail the first time and all the time. That's nice, and he has a lot of more armor. We'll still have the effect of Ignore Pain for this turn as well. Oh, not a good chance to hit here. Could maybe cast a spell or something. That was 6 red pills used. Lost 2 at the start, so 8, so he has 1 red pill left remaining. Could have used 2 strong blows in that case. So just using 1. Now he has another red pill waste. Used Ignore Pain again, even though he still has the effect. It does last for 2 turns, so he is taking 10 damage extra here in vain. But stacking that with guard stance, as we expected. Both of them adding to his armor value, making him exceptionally tough to kill. Yeah, all of these disengages, like, look at the marksman. Or if the vampire goes into the smuggler and helps the Dark Soul kill her. Neither is going to be good for Solfear. I guess it's nice that he got out of the Idol of Death, but it's just not enough. Having wasted most of his turns sitting around, not doing anything. Five red pills used.
A new round has started.
Used 4 of them. Okay. I just go in and kill the smuggler then. You have some Mark of Dismays landed on her already. Just keep stacking them and make sure that she cannot disengage her. It will be a swift kill. She's going to be immune now. Might not matter, we might see a first kill here. Has 1 chance to do that. Yes, indeed. Smuggler goes down. SlaineMor has killed 1 unit. Solfear's killed nothing so far. Could tie down the marksman. You can't tie down the marksman, do that. See how awkward he is in that position? Don't go in from this direction, I think you could probably disengage, going straight off. I still think he can disengage. If he went in the opposite side of the chest, it would have been different. But I think that the marksman cannot disengage. Alright. So lots of armor, 95% armor in fact, which is the armor cap nowadays that Rogue Factor did put in a cap for this. Yeah, it's not a useful position to be in, just go around and attack the marksman and kill him. You have enough blue points to around that. Right. Locking down the leader here. He is hurt. A bit more damage on him. Dark Soul can come and help out here if she does enough damage. She does not. Yeah, help to kill the marksman. That would be a sensible choice. No, almost dead anyway. But you can see that she only has... yeah, that's because of Knife Heretic. Just 8 red health. The marksman is a better choice. But this might be enough to kill the Warrior Priest, so... it might not be so bad after all. Bit unlucky here with the 70 plus hit chances, we have to say. Not succeeding in many of them. See, combat focus and a stun! Another stun. Odd choice. I think that if she just pulled through with the rest of her attacks, she could probably have killed this for a piece instead. Probably wants to go up and kill the zombie here. No. Kill the zombie. Kill the zombie that keeps up your marksman. The zombie is really hurt. You can do a lot of damage on him. The best thing actually would be for the... Alright, so if you're not gonna do that, at least with the Flagellant, attack the zombie, but the first turn the Flagellant has, you should use delay, because then you bypass both of the Necromancers and then the Call of Vanhells stop being in effect. If the Call of Vanhells are not in effect, that's the great news. It means that the zombie is so much easier to kill. Let's see if Solfear can figure that out and use that tactic. Flagellant coming up. You know that you want to kill the zombie that holds up your marksman, but... or he just doesn't care about the marksman. Using a delay, good, really good. Good choice if you're off to a good start. Let's see what this Necromancer can do. The other Necromancer is going to face an all-alone test when it's his turn. Might not have the best leadership. Necromancers tend to focus a lot on having great intelligence, and you can see that this particular Necromancer probably has his 35% magic resistance, so he probably has 20 intelligence, followed by 15% amulet, and that would explain, well, could indicate that he has a pretty low leadership, because you don't have too many mental stats to distribute. See, the range here is fantastic for these Necromancers. The Solfear needs something to happen. Bit odd to pick a lot of concentration now. Tandems well with the quick casting and doing a lot of damage. Good, I hope he doesn't suffer anything. No, he does not. Probably just want to put himself in a situation where he cannot disengage, like right there. Would be a poor position to be in. as the wolf frisky has come charging in. All alone. Fail. Gonna take some extra damage here. Oh, critical hit. Ouch. And another critical hit. Really ouch. That was such an awful pathway to take. You ran around them and then came back. We saw this with Valentine against Chris Cardiac. That was the most ridiculous flea I've ever seen. But this is the second worst flea, definitely. Really poor. So where can he go now? Yeah, hope the Flagellant is not tempted to go down here. I mean, you can finish him off with so many other units. Like, it's gonna be the novices and the warrior priest's turn soon. Delay again. Great, good choice. And then he's gonna attack the zombies. See, this is the zombie we were after. And you see that he has lost the Call of Vandals right now, so he only has 20% armor. So he's very vulnerable. Could mean the end though for this marksman still. Let's see if you have another weapon. If you can take off one of the web of steels, that will help tremendously. And if you can disengage, just run away. Wow, we could actually disengage from that. That's really good for Solfear. That was one of the few units left remaining inside for Solfear. Solfear could just block the path now, keeping the zombies within, if he wanted to. Still do a shot here. See, the extra 30 damage that he took at the start of the turn was completely unnecessary. I'm gonna take it again. Hopefully he shoots something now. He has 25 seconds left. Hopefully he does some damage, so it's worth it. Because he's almost dead. Damage on Daniel Albert here. Good. But he might die now. I don't think so. One of the zombies might come out here and do him in. The zombies particularly close by. Great positioning of the Flagellant, actually. I like this. I didn't see that he actually stood in the doorway and kept the units there. Good choice. It would have been better if he actually was in sidestep, but wouldn't have taken any damage then. Instead of using all of these delays, but it's always something. Hold the zombies in here, he might salvage the situation and bring his greater numbers to bear against SlaineMor's units. Particularly the Necromancer and the zombie here nearby would be good choices, and further from that we have a very injured vampire thrall up in the outer courtyard. this was the zombie that was intimidated and fled through the fire. I think you could disengage from this, can't you? I know the circle is broken, but sometimes you can still disengage if the circle is broken. Other times you cannot. Okay, so he cannot. Odd weapon choice for marksman, we have to say. Usually you go with a weapon of luck to have the extra critical hit resistance, something that units like this usually lack. Could double up on the flagellant here. And then one of the zombies will be entirely useless. Yeah, it's probably because the circle was broken here. Yeah, you could argue that there is room behind it. Like you saw the other marksman disengaging, that was more or less something. I like this. SlaineMor has some awareness here, cycling in his units in and out. I like that. On this very same map we saw Karond beat 485 in the first game, and they had the exact same position where 485 blocked the doorway with one unit, and Karond refused to cycle his units, so he couldn't do anything. Alright, probably wants to go in and kill the warrior priest leader here, whose turn is coming up. The marksman can't disengage from that, he's no threat. Walk around that. Can you actually get in there? You can, can't you? Yeah, you can. There we go. Gonna kill off this. Oh, I missed that. I missed the deny the heretic. Kind of clumsy, but by both me and SlaineMor. If he hadn't charged, he would have had the opportunity to kill off this unit. Alright, so he will still get another chance to faint all alone. Go in and kill the necromancer now, probably. The leader. Well, it is possible to kill off the vampire thrall, and then you can neutralize the all alone here. Well, he has a lot of targets that he can kill, and he needs to kill something. He can't let SlaineMor be like this with all of his units doing things. He needs to kill off something. He has lost a hero, the smuggler. bit of damage on everyone. It's gonna add up. It's nice choice. Missing another Deny the Heretic. He has a really poor luck here with Deny the Heretics. I tend to miss them quite often. But I want to see a kill here. I think the Necromancer is a good choice to get some kills in. I mean, you can just go in there, do some attacks and then flee because he has a bow, and then you can cycle units back and forth and then kill him. Should probably do that here with the Novice. Just doesn't do too much damage anyway. I remember that the Vampire Thrall here is particularly vulnerable too. Be a good choice for the Wolf Priest here to go in and probably kill off entirely. So many choices, so much time, although time seems to be a concern for these two players much of the time anyway. Got through one of the dodges, good. Got another critical hit, even better. See if you can use Flee here. That would have been the best choice. Use Flee and let someone else go in there and kill him. Good choice here by SlaineMor. Really good choice. Have to applaud him for that. It's not often people, especially new players, pick this up. Although SlaineMor is not entirely new. He's played in one tournament so far, with one win at least. So who are you going after? Make sure it's someone that you can kill. Vampire Thrall was a perfect target. And you're immune to fear as long as you have armor franchises on you. You can see that from the red aura around his head that he has it for this turn as well. Seems tempted by the other Necromancer here. Necromancer put himself in a poor position. Well, has wasted half his turn already just staring. Run out of time again. Goes off the Vampire all choices. Oh, doing sizable damage. Lots of these units are getting damaged now from both sides, and it's gonna be a bloodbath. The round is pretty good, and we could see why do you see no pain yet again? I don't think he realizes that they last for 2 turns. Unless I'm wrong with that, I just looked up the Mordheim Madness, but I'm pretty sure they do last 2 turns. Because otherwise it would be a very useful skill. Winter Shield, very good target here. Lots of people engage with that.
A new round has started.
See, this unit is taking quite a beating. Let's see a second kill here for SlaineMor. Solfear, you're so close to killing so many units. Yeah, but what did you do with that? Failing at casting Deny the Heretic, yes. Wolf Priest is almost immortal with 95% armor. I don't charge into him. It's not gonna do you much. It's still not over though. Solfear is doing a decent amount of damage, and yes, this Vampire Thrall, 100 wounds left. Not much on vampires left. The Necromancer is almost dead, remember that. And that means quite a bit. And this cycle the characters there, so he has to someone else. Finally a stun resistance has passed by Solfear. be good to go in with the Witch Hunter and kill off the Necromancer. The more people that go into the Wolf Priest, the better for Solfear, since the Wolf Priest is very difficult to kill here. Yeah, you can see that. That stench hit his own Dark Soul then. So it's almost no damage done. So this is just good for Solfear. It buys him time. It buys him time to do something really, really good here. And he has some units that he definitely can kill. I would like to see him do that, starting now with the Witch Hunter, going and killing the Necromancer. A good start. Demon Blackfire. Here we go. One more hit and he's finito. There we go. Good choice. Has at least 5 red pills left remaining. Remember that we have a zombie who is almost dead as well. We'll finish him off, or whatever else is planned. The Bible of Death is gonna finish very soon. Locking that Necromancer in place. Danger, all of them, from the Wolf Priest. Quite a bit more damage than I want, so that's probably going to be the choice there. Very good dodge attempt. Remember that with the whole that was do most of the damage in the first. Wow, that's lucky. This character has sidestep, so very lucky to do any damage at all. And that evens it out, I think. Have another character coming up that also has sidestep. The Flagellant here, and the Flagellant should probably go into a sidestep. He's attacked by 2 targets at once. It's up to them to attack him. Just use the counter attack, I think would be a better choice. Boosting up armor here to 65%, virtually reducing all curse, all stun resistance now. It's best just to go into sidestep here, I think. Okay, that's gonna open up the units to go through here. Could be a good choice. It might be that one of the zombies can get in there. I don't think we can disengage from this. We can certainly start doing a bit of damage. I would target the Wolf Priest. It's the one that you have the most difficulties actually hunting. Blackfire. spreading out a bit of damage. Usually what you want to do is that you want to focus fire a bit more. Or if you have problems doing a certain kind of damage, like to the 95% armor. Wolf Priest, it might have been good to use some offensive spells and it can really produce damage. Armor of Righteousness is gonna fade off soon anyway. Oh, you can actually disengage from this. Alright. Can do a quick casting and get a cheaper lifesteal. Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. 70% is still pretty decent. Fails the magic resistance check once again. Remember that witch hunters do get plus 10% magic resistance by default. Losing out on time. Crimson Shade plus 15 initiative. Will that bypass the witch hunter? If it does, it's a choice. If it doesn't, it's a useless choice. It's a very good melee unit, this marksman, it seems like. Surviving the terror test, going into another sidestep probably, damage, as you can see here, 11 more damage done. That's a real new shot. SlaineMor can be in trouble. Solfear just needs to make the right decisions here. Oh, that's so good. Look at it. It covers up the exact same spot, and I don't think... I think this is a... Oh, okay. That was... that was the fault in the plan. That was definitely the fault in the plan here. You need to watch out here with the marksman. Don't use a charge. Don't use a charge, Johnny. Okay. Do you have adrenaline rush? You can use the second attack? Yes, you do. You can disengage from that though. Remember that he's also taking 30 damage from adrenaline rush. Let's see if he survives this. Yes, he does. Barely. Barely. Can't use adrenaline rush anymore though, or he will kill himself. Well, it's still pretty close. It was supposed to be a relatively fast game. It seems to become a slow game. None of them are... They're distributing damage, that's for sure, but they are spreading it out among many targets. And yeah, so far Solfear has lost his warrior priest leader and the smuggler, while SlaineMor has lost one of his necromancers. And that's pretty much it. A lot of units look like this. Iron Shufflewort. He's found a tiny... I don't even know, how can you actually get out there? It seems like the door is not actually an obstacle. That's so weird. That is so weird. Yeah, well, why not? If you can go into the sea lot and produce them all alone, that would have been the best choice. But they can't. Nah, not enough movement. Stuck with 4 or 5 movement right now. fighting another zombie here who's almost dead as well. Not gonna affect the morale here, but taking away as many units as possible is good because it gives your opponent less options, and that's what you want to do here. The more options you have available, the more characters you have, even if they are not as valuable, means that you can lock down targets. And if you can lock down targets, wow. Why? You saw the ambush, SlaineMor. You saw the ambush. He just ran right into it. He sacrificed two red pills and 2 more red pills. But why did you do this? What's so important about Corbin Eidolon? He wants to cover up this area. Yeah, he can do that. Could have killed Dancing Lamp though. Unless Dancing Lamp was in a stance, I didn't actually see that. Yeah, if you go in there, you're gonna face a return blow. He still has 3 red pills left remaining. And if you're gonna take a return blow, you will take a bit of damage, then you don't have too much left. Yeah, it's blocking the path pretty well here. Single parry. 4 red pills left remaining. So 2 attacks. And that's so sickening. He can actually get out of there. Unbelievable. I was gonna get a second attack unless he uses Adrenaline Rush. Will he do that? No, he wants to maintain his health pool here, and who can blame him? Lots of units are very hurt. It's all about trying to not take as much damage anymore. Where can this Dark Soul be useful? Could go into the marksman here and reduce some of his dodge attempts so that the vampire can actually do the real damage and kill him off for once. Seems to be happening. One dodge attempt removed, 1 remaining. Why? Why take the extra damage? What are we going to do? It's still just a dodge attempt left. Don't take any chance. The thing is that you take 30 damage for that, but you're not gonna do 30 damage more. That's the big issue. You're gonna do something like 14 damage. So it was not a good trade even if he had hit, and even if there was no dodge attempt left. So generally just a poor trade. You can see the good choice, making sure that the Wolf Priest still stays on top of things, being very much resilient. I hope the Wolf Priest does not fail his all alone test this time, or his Pharaoh test. He should have a pretty good chance of that. Remember that the Wolf Priest has a 35% passive to all psychology tests. Healing up Demon Blackfire, the Witch Hunter, has used 7 red pills, 2 more remaining. Could do a single attack against someone. But no, let's not do that. Or? Yeah. No time. No time. Would be interesting to see what the Wolf Priest can do here. The Wolf Priest can probably kill something. I hope that he goes for the Vampire Thrall. But, well, no, should probably go for the Vampire. Remember, the Vampire is in frenzy still. As the Vampire is in frenzy, he has no defense and he could be killed off here, making both of their leaders go down. Again with the Vital Strikes, having no luck with them. When will you give it up, Solfear? You're never gonna hit with a Vital Strike or Vital Shot in this game. Sad to say. Prayer of Swiftness and can now use actually Sidestep. Gonna be a good roadblock. Yes, does succeed with both of the Terror and All Alone tests, but the All Alone test was pretty close. All of those Mark of the Smates adds up. See if he can kill off the Vampire here now. Finally. 128 wounds left remaining. Should be able to do that. It's important that he does hit with the first hit here though. And it doesn't... Oh. Well, you have 2 more attacks. You can probably do a bit of damage. Even though he might still... Hey, remember that he used Adrenaline Rush. He used Adrenaline Rush, so he's gonna take 30 more damage here. You don't need to do more, you need to do 38 damage to kill him. 38. Come on, do another attack. You can do this. You can do this, Solfear. Don't hesitate, just click. You used 5 red pills. You shouldn't be... Yeah. Let's let the timer run out instead, I suppose. Oh, that was... Unlucky. Unlucky for Solfear. Could have killed off the Vampire. Still keeps using Ignore Pain. Yeah, no luck, but... I guess this is the Mordheim God's way of saying that if you take so much time on you, this is gonna happen.
A new round has started.
But you know what's funny here? There might be the marksman might actually kill off the vampire. No, wait, the vampire's gonna kill off the marksman. That would be foolhardy of me to assume otherwise. So he did go before the witch hunter with his crimson shade, this necromancer. Yeah, that character is dead anyway. But by all means. Decent damage, at least he's healing himself up too. Already up to full health. We know an Idol of Death in the center here could be devastating to the beast. That was a pretty useless cast, I think. No matter what, the first hit by the vampire is gonna kill him regardless of that attack landing or not. Could go into the wall here, and oh yeah, you could definitely finish off the marksman. Is he looking at that? Is he looking at the marksman? Finish off the marksman, come on! It's to your right. The marksman has no wounds left remaining. Okay, tying down the warrior priest at least. Although he might disengage from that. Oh, he might actually die here, yeah. He took a bit of damage from the life stealers earlier. So it's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice at all. Focusing on the heroes, and we have another hero going down for Solfear. Could see the marksman going down here as well. Could finish off the marksman with a single charge. It's easy to hit. Six wounds remaining. And there we go. Marksman is also dead. Taking a bit of a beating. Still not enough to... Wow. Still using exhaustion despite... yeah, it doesn't actually mean anything. Where do you want to end up? Okay, okay, that's not a bad choice. Fear was failed, and the fear is gonna have to be taken again when it's the witch hunter's turn, and he's also gonna have to take an all-alone test. So I think that was a pretty good choice of exhaustion. Bit of bad luck here that the wolf priest didn't kill off the vampire. Solfear has definitely not had the most luck here, but it's also a frustrating game to see. I think this game could have been done much faster if both of the opponents had been a bit more focused in their attacks than what we see right now. In fact, you're gonna see an overpower. He doesn't have too great of a chance to resist this. Still manages the second time. He's the boss. Third time. Ends up being stunned. It's going to be a bit awkward because the vampire probably wants to kill the marksman instead. You probably have attacked the wolf priest first, because you do more damage on the first attack. You could have finished him off with the other one. Doing a little bit of damage on wolf stun Midgard. And we see here that the morale has really dropped for Solfear. Solfear has 21 points down to taking a route test, which is... you can lose another henchman, that's minus 19, but if you lose a hero, it's minus 22, and then you have to take a route test with one of the two remaining heroes, which is the Witch Hunter and the Wolf Priest. And the Wolf Priest is really good at taking route tests, by the way. Remember that the passive, which is plus 5% bonus to psychology tests, also applies to route tests. So he's really good to have in hand when it comes to taking route tests if the leader is dead. Of course, the character cannot be stunned when he's taking the route test. It's easy to hit anyway. Sure. Could have used insult instead on this guy. Failing the all alone, succeeding at fear test. At least that's something, so he's not going to do any damage this turn. See what the plan here is for the Flagellant then. You have the opportunity here to go down and kill some zombies. Please do. Okay. Could go into the Vampire Thrall and preventing the all alone checks on the Witch Hunter. No, that's not what you want to do. If you're gonna charge, you need Adrenaline Rush to get off a second attack. Doesn't hit, could probably kill that Vampire Thrall there. Doesn't have Adrenaline Rush, it was useless to charge. Unless he couldn't reach, of course. Yeah, despairing a bit with the bad luck here. This is a good choice going into the Zealot. Zealot's gonna have a lone check, and with the Mark of the Dismay triggering here, it's gonna be more difficult to do that. If he hits on the second time, it's gonna be even more difficult. Well, you don't have to go cycle through all of it again, you can just cycle back, you can cycle both ways, back and forward, back and forward. Single parry stance, okay, so we're gonna see an all alone take for that Zealot. Remember, Zealots do not have that great of all alone stat, or leadership for that matter. 69%, that's still pretty good then. Probably has a pendant on him. Well, it's obvious, attack the one that's really hurt, which are both of them. Doesn't matter which target you choose here. But I do think that the one to your right is the better choice, the bottom left corner for us viewers, as he only had a single parry stance. I think the other one has a Web of Steel going on. Yep, at least one parry here for him. Another Mark of the Dismay triggering. Okay, so he only had a single parry as well. Wow, that zombie is really almost dead. Almost dead. Probably won't do any damage here, but she's in sidestep and she has Prayer of Swiftness to help the dodge attempts. This character could definitely, the novice that is, could definitely disengage and go in and attack and kill and go back again. 84% chance is pretty good. Pretty good. That will be even easier now. That's a nice idea here, SlaineMor with cycling in units, gonna go in with other zombie most likely. Remaining. No need to do insult, was already insulted. Does he have a red pill left here? Yeah, it does, and we see the zombie falling. Wow. Yeah, what does he want to do now? Take the place? Yeah. Going to see the Dark Soul here. If the Dark Soul is very rushing, you have 3 attacks against the stunned Wolf Priest. It's gonna help to do as much damage as possible on him while he's down. Remember that the novice here could go around and attack that zombie at the very corner, and the zombie who is nearly dead as well, which is a single parry stance. So we could attack 3 times here, doing quite a bit of damage on this Wolf Priest. Gonna need to do a bit of damage on him. Well, quite a bit is a lot to say, but if you're lucky you can score a critical hit, and if you score a critical hit you bypass all of the armor. Not gonna do any difference when the Wolf Priest gets up. Probably gonna kill that vampire pretty easily. Ouch. No need to use a adrenaline rush then. Which was a bit sad there, since if SlaineMor had just used a normal attack, costing 2 red pills, he would have 2 red pills left remaining, could use adrenaline rush and then do a second attack, and that would have also done more damage than the single strong blow. Strong blow says 50% damage, but remember it's not 50% actual damage, it's 50% extra damage from the base weapon, so it's not multiplying all kinds of attacks. Gonna leave the poor Zelo to defend for himself. I'm gonna take another all alone test too. I'll probably go into this fight here to make sure that the Witch Hunter doesn't suffer another all alone check. Would we prefer to go in against the Necromancer? Yeah. Okay, let's go into... Fail the fear test. Fail the vital strike, as usual. Hit with the second attack. Alright. Gonna see the vampire going down. Oh no! Failing the terror test, failing the all alone. What a poor luck Solfear has. 89% chance to fail all alone. Could have killed the vampire right there and then. Needed that. Needed the vampire kill. Yeah. 70% chance. Regardless, I think this is SlaineMor's game. So many injured units for SlaineMor, but not having suffered too many deaths here. The Necromancer is dead, yes. One of the zombies is dead, yes. But besides that, he managed to live through to fight another day. Time is just running out. Solfear is just standing there.
A new round has started.
Can finish off the Wolf Priest here with a single Steal Life spell. And that will cause a route test. And it will be made by the Witch Hunter, which has a pretty poor leadership stat. I think it can only go up to 9 leadership, 9 times 4, it's only 36% chance, if he has maxed out the leadership stat, that is. Okay, are we gonna see another life stealer? Yes. Needs 2 to really pull this out. One more will seal the deal. Damn, this Wolf Priest, he has succeeded on all alone tests and all kind of things, but on the 2 most important things that he needed to succeed on, he failed both of them. First it was a terror test on his charge against the vampire thrall, then it was this all alone check that he needed to kill the vampire. I'm gonna do a quick casting here. Is this really worth it? Keep cycling through the units. We're gonna see a route test taken here by Demon Blackfire, but in a short moment here. Look at this Vampire Throng. If she had gone down along with Vampire, SlaineMor would also have been pretty close to breaking. We're down to 88, so that will have 88 morale, that is. Gonna see another. Oh, why? You saw that you have 95% chance to hit the guy. Why do you insist on using combat focus anyway? Come on! Look at the actual hit chance percentages before you do that. It's working out anyway, but yeah, this can be frustrating to see sometimes, I think. But it's a good lesson for all of the newcomers who watch this, and all of the other players see what kind of mistakes these two players are doing, and try not to emulate them, and you will do really well. I think we're seeing the last turn, the last character to move here, which is gonna be this unit, Milla Eventide. I think the Witch Hunters are going to fail the route check. He doesn't have too great of a chance. 36% chance of kills, well, depending on what kind of armor he has, but I don't think he has anything with plus leadership on them. We're gonna have to see one more attack, and then that's it. And here we go. Wow, 16, so only has 4 leadership. Wow, pretty low here, and congratulations to SlaineMor who won this game. We're gonna see you in the next game coming up in Group D, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope you liked the game and seeing all of the mistakes these two players did. So see you later, and happy Mordheiming.